Alright, into the fray we go again. Okay. Slower hand, but we'll keep it. Witch's Oven. So, this is, again, the Rakdos Sacrifice deck. So, potentially combo-centric deck. Yes, this seems to be the slower build. So, for those who don't know, there is a Rakdos build of this deck.
Oh, he did.
That literally focuses purely on the Rakdos side of it. So, Mayhem Devils, Ovens, and Cats. Yep, there's Mayhem Devil on cue. That does not actually even run green mana. It produces green through treasures, but also will use the Scavenger's Talent to reanimate the specified Yigra to achieve the combo. This is, I think, the better build. There's a more like turbo build that some people use. See, look here, Deadly Dispute to help them draw cards. So, ooh, nice. Okay, so let's play a tap land. We can hold up the Cosmic Rebirth to regain life, which will be very relevant with a double Mayhem Devil on the board. There's a Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and we sack a treasure taking 2 damage here. This is sketchy. Alright. Cosmic Rebirth.
Try again.
Go back up to 11, go down to 5. We have to bring to light here for a board wipe. There's no other way to survive this, so...
Oh, he did.
Okay, with that done, we can move into the next phase. So we have Supreme in hand, so we can flash it back. Bloodhive Harvester. The big thing here, we need to gain life from this Lightning Helix. However, the issue will be if they have a way to kill that Bloodhive, we could lose the life here. Yeah, they do have a way. Okay, pushing it.
Try again.
Right, in that case, let's play this land, shock it in, and then play Supreme. Hexproof from monocolored basically means they can't kill this deck, and we can jumpstart any spell that we don't have. They do potentially, though, have... Okay, are they going to start milling to try to set up the combo here? So, for those of you unaware, you can easily pretty much set up the combo with Scavenger's Talent on its own, because if you can get it to level 3, start sacking... Oh, yes. Ancient Cornucopia, 100%. So, Lightning Helix.
Oh, he did.
Swing in to do 5 damage. Right, we can jumpstart any spell here, and we have a land so we can't be fort seized. I think we're going to Abrupt Decay here, prevent them from damaging.
Try again.
Well, prevent them from milling more potential cards, and if they want to sack the food to get more mill, they have to do that. Yeah, there's 2 Yigras, so they can't reanimate the Yigra. There's a Deadly Dispute to draw more cards. I think that was their 3rd or 4th one. That's what I was checking. Another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. We got to hold the land here, but I think our best bet is to jumpstart, bring to light, grab Niv Mizzet Reborn. Is Reborn better or is Unmoored Ego better here? I think just pressing an advantage here. We kill them in 2 turns with this current setup, so we're happy to keep it this way. Right, swing in for 5. Nice. They are dead on board, so they have to go major here. We have a Vanishing Verse to deal with anything truly problematic. We could also jumpstart a Helix, if that becomes a thing. Okay, there's a Cauldron Familiar. They're on 11, they're still dead. Second Cauldron Familiar. So they are still just dead to us attacking and Lightning Helixing here. Okay, so on our turn we will swing in for lethal, see what they have. They go down to 1. So we can Lightning Helix, jumpstart. I think that's our best bet here. We can double Lightning Helix over the top of anything else they might heal.
Try again.
So they Deadly Rivalry, but before they do that, we'll just Helix again.
Nope.
To take them out before they can do that. Alright, so with that done, sideboarding. This is our updated sideboard. So this, we've got some games from an old sideboard and this sideboard. I brought in Scrabble Claws here because I've been playing a lot of this combo recently and I just need more Graveyard Deterrent. Basically we need instant speed Graveyard Hate that can respond to the cat's reanimation. Again, Kuj is coming out. Ancient Cornucopia down to 3. Let's pass it back. Alright, Leyline of Sanctity is a great inclusion here. It will literally stop them targeting us. However, they can still achieve the combo because Cauldron Familiar hits every player. So we need to try and they bring in a Licensed Hearse. Strange that they bring in Graveyard Hate. I'm trying to think, what did we actually show them in the first game? Oh, the Jumpstart. The Supreme. Yeah, they think Supreme's Jumpstart is the key thing of this deck. Yeah, it's not. So, we are going to have to try and get some stuff down. So let's destroy the oven.
Nope.
With that, because that's core of their engine here. Like I said, with them with potential to level up a mill here, we could just be in trouble. We need to find a way to kill the unlicensed Hearse. Clofis looks pretty bad now because their Hearse can respond to take the card away we try to deal with. Alright, they're up to 4 mana, sorry. There's a Mayhem Devil. Ooh, that's an ouchie. Right. I think we have to Vanishing versus the Scavenger's Talent here to just prevent them from getting food loops. I could have gone with the Cauldron Familiar, but I'm not as worried about Cauldron Familiar if they don't have an oven, and they are pretty low right now. Again, we do need mana, but we have somehow magically drawn 3 of our... I swear it's like a bus. Like, this game, it's insane. We see so many of these spells, and then we'll never see them again for the rest of the set. Alright, there's our 4th land. So let's play that tapped. I think we have to take out the Mayhem Devil here.
Oh, he did.
Just, Mayhem Devil is such a good engine in this deck. Like, 100%. If you are to do this, then yeah. I would, if you want to play this deck, you need Mayhem Devils. Like, I know the core combo is Golgari, but Rakdos is just superior edge for it. Right, let's play Clofis, get her down. God, I love the Constellation art on Clofis. I do need to buy another copy of that for a different commander deck. Right, they're hating their own graveyard to just not give us anything to do. They can animate. Oh, they hard cast a Yigra. Okay, because they have the treasure. We are down to 5. We need to draw a... We need to draw a land. That'll do. Right, bring to light. We're going to need a board wipe. That's the best way to do it.
Oh, he did.
We are still pretty much dead, though. If they can find a... if they find a way to crew the unlicensed Hearse, we are just dead here. Oh, they are running green. I didn't even realize. Right, let's target the Cauldron Familiar, force them to exile it with their Hearse. I think... So, let's see what I do here. Yeah, I'm going for a Bring to Light. And I think my best bet here is to just grab... I'm just considering my options. Yeah, Maelstrom Pulse.
Try again.
We take out the Hearse to just stop that having any synergies there. They Deadly Dispute it to draw 2, make a treasure. So, okay, they draw a card. We are still dead to a lot of stuff here. Particularly, we could just get punched in the face with a fish until we die. But we can stabilize with... Oh, no, do they just have 2 cats? No, they have a... Oh, nice. They pulled it through with a cat and an oven in the 2-card draw. Alright. Sanctity can go down by 1. I definitely want another... Well, no. Let's... Yeah, keep Sanctity in. Sanctity is pretty solid in this matchup. And we hit a Sanctity off the top. Let's do it. Opponent is mulliganing aggressively. Very enjoyed. Okay, play a land. They probably have found a way to kill that. There's a Witch's Oven. Unmoored Ego next turn will be good. So let's get a tap land down so we can go for the Unmoored Ego and take out part of their key thing. Alright, so yeah, 100%. Unmoored Ego. Let's see if my dyslexic head can remember how to spell Cauldron Familiar. Thank you for the auto prompt.
Try again.
Nothing in their hand. We take them out and we look at the rest of the deck. And you see here, if we take out the Cauldron Familiar, there's no combo loops. So they can't constantly loop stuff back. So it becomes a lot harder for them. Right, there's a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Let's Vanishing Burst the Fable.
Bye.
We don't want them to loot. And then we'll Helix to bait the Witch's Oven Sac. That's good. Let's see what they draw here. They have 3 mana. Are they going to... They do level 2. Shock in. Right, start milling themselves. There's a Mayhem Devil. So we gotta be careful. The Mayhem Devil still does work, even without Cauldron Familiar. Alright, so let's drop a Valky. Let's see what they have. Oh, Yigra. Yes, hello. Right, okay, this could be fun here. So, they make it level 3 and play another Oven. Alright. They go for the sack here, sack 3 permanents, and what do they reanimate? Mayhem Devil, and they mill a bunch of cards. Okay, so let's shock in here. We could turn Valky into Yigra at instant speed here, but we could also pulse. The problem is, do I want to give him... I'm okay with waiting. It's kind of a Mexican standoff here, so let's hold back. If we can turn Valky into Yigra, it'll be insane against their deck, because the majority of their deck really depends on sacrificing stuff and food and creatures, and it would just give an insane amount of advantage to us. Again, I don't want to do it now, I want to wait. Basically, right, we got to try and take out the Oven here and bait the response. Yep, okay, it goes down.
Oh, he did.
Then we'll take out the thing as well. Interesting. I'm surprised they didn't sack Mayhem Devil to kill Valky in response. I wonder what they're playing around. They probably have removal. Culling Ritual's huge. Right, let's pass it back. We want to bait them to try and use removal or try and spend something on Valky if we can. I'm just hoping their hand is full of ways to just deal with stuff. Okay, plays a land tapped. End step. We let it go. There's another land. Alright, we'll pass it back. At least that land is a cycle if we need it. Right, they've got a land now that can start making them stuff, so we've got to go for it. So let's see if they have it. No, they don't. We make Yigra. Nice. Okay, let's destroy the Mayhem Devil.
Oh, he did.
They might sack it in response to something. Nope, that will... Oh yes, that does not trigger the sack because Yigra, it doesn't go to the graveyard. So they make a fish, making a life. We block with Yigra. So now if they want to kill Yigra, they need to pay the ward. Dude, a culling ritual on this board, if they establish like some permanence, could literally just kill them with a Yigra on the field. Let's cycle the Triome. Find Supreme Verdict. Niv Reborn, yes, let's go.
Reload.
Alright, what do you find, Niv? Joshua, Vanishing Verse, and Supreme Verdict. We'll attack in with Yigra here. They again have to go for the block. Right. Block and kill that. Yigra now... Well, Valky Yigra becomes a 10-10. So, they cycle 2. 2 Fort Seizes, yeah, as we fought. Oh, this is going to be insane. Okay, there's a Deadly Dispute to draw 2 cards. Make a treasure. Play a Witch's Oven. Right, they are dead. They can't... Well... Let's Culling Ritual, and we have an Abrupt Decay. Yeah, we can kill them here. So, their best response to this is to try and sack and generate stuff, but we'll destroy non-land permanents, which means that their only option will be to activate the Fountain Port to try... Oh no, they just sack. Interesting. So, yeah, they can't get anything on the board, so I guess they're looking for removal before the creatures die. Right, yep, sacking... Sacrificing again. Yigra's getting bigger. Okay. We move to combat and attack and we kill him. Nice. Good games. Back to the grind. We're rumping straight in here versus Doran. And, ooh, food. So this is the Rakdos Sac combo. So get rid of this. This deck is insanely strong, as I said before. For those of you who don't know, this is built around Cauldron Familiar, right on cue. Oh, forgot the soundboard thing. We'll do that now.
Oh, he did.
Right. The way this deck works is you need 2 Cauldron Familiars, one in the graveyard, one on the battlefield, and Yigra either of all to create an infinite loop. So, initially, this first matchup is going to be a little tough. We also have a slow player, which is always frustrating. You know what, considering the slow play, out of respect, I have to concede, because obviously if they achieve the combo and they're slow and can't do it, I could time them out, but I'm not going to be a scumbag. I truly believe if someone achieves a combo and shows you the full loop, you should just pass and let it go. Right, let's unmoored ego.
Try again.
So what we can do here is we can disable the combo. They can keep 1 Cauldron Familiar. We can deal with that later, but without 2 of them, they can't achieve the Yigra combo. So let's have a quick scan through their deck. Yep, only 3 Cauldrons. Interesting. That's weird. Oh wait, there's one in their hand. My bad. Okay, so yeah, so what this means now is they are going to be more of a grindy attrition-based game. So we just have to get ahead of them on this. I'm not sure yet if they're Jund. Yeah, Deadly Dispute. Draw 2. Again, such a good deck for grinding out value. A very good option for budget play as well. So let's get our boy Edgar down. Problem is now, though, the Cauldron Familiar fudges any potential blocks we might be able to make, because it can just chump, get sacked, and then come back. So, wow, look at the synergy of this deck. It is such a fun deck. Okay, what are they going to forties? They take away a Cosmic Rebirth because it is life gain. Vanishing Verse is good if we could get to a point where we could actually use it. But I think they might be beyond that. What I mean by that is, we could, if they ever get to a point where they bring it onto the battlefield without a way to sack it immediately, we could potentially take it out. No, see, they're playing around it very smartly. They're keeping down the thing. Right, in response to that, we will exile the Scavenger's Talent. If they start milling, that's the alternate way this deck can win. A Scavenger's Talent just milling us every time they do the loop for like 6 cards can mill us out so fast it's not even funny. Right, there's a Worst Rider. Shocker land in. Let's unlock the Steaming Fence to start gaining card advantage. Don't just hold back. As I said before, we just gotta find any way to gain life. Tyrant Scorn can kill the Worst Rider. Cash Grab to mill some stuff. They get back the Scavenger's Talent. They upgrade the Scavenger's Talent. Yeah, this one's slipping away from us. Yeah, we're going to mill to that because we're just too far behind. Honestly, this was more just frustration on my end. Leyline's a good answer to a lot of this stuff. That was probably a quick concession, but at this point I would like to point out that I had been... This was, I think, match 3 of the day, where I had literally... I played like 3 full matches, 6 games back to back, and not seen Niv Mizzet or Bring to Light in any of them. And I know it's the variance of Magic, but it can really screw with you when you're trying to play. We'll keep this, we'll throw down a Leyline, play a land. Obviously, they're going to just bring in, they have 40, so it's protection against 40s. Also, the Scavenger's Talent can't hit us with this. We have a way to get rid of Scavenger's Talent if we want to. Let's go do that now.
Bye.
Scavenger's Talent's ability to gain them advantage is really strong. There's a Besage You, so clearly they want to make sure that we don't get anything. So let's get a Triome land if I can select it correctly. There we go. They shock in and they have the perfect 40s to catch our second Leyline. Yay! Well, again, we're going to have the 0 opportunity to play Magic. Here's the Duress. Yep. This one was a rough one, I remember. Struggling with this for a while. We'll cycle to see if we can draw anything. No, we'll draw more lands. Unmoored Ego. We'll do it again. Take out the Cauldron Familiar. Normal, there's 2 Yigras, so at least now they can't achieve the combo.
Try again.
But they could easily drop a Ygritte here, so let's grab the Yorion here. They'll top deck a Fortsies, because of course they will. Oh no, they just get another card. We'll just play a card to block. We could do with any exile effect here. Nope, they now have a sack outlet, so our sack effect won't do anything. Well, there's a Joshua, so let's hold back. Ugh. I think we have to play Joshua here. Oh, and they concede. Weird. Interesting. I felt like that was just on a weird assumption. I am tempted here to remove Leyline because they might bring in more ways to deal with it. I will say though, this was also, we bring in another board wipe to deal with their board state. This was also the match that made me decide to alter the sideboard. So if you check the Moxfield link, there will be an updated list where we have a ton more interaction. I keep this hand, then realize we don't have white, which is unfortunate. Well, they can take our board wipe. Oh, we top deck white, so all's good. Scavenger's Talent, we can't deal with that. There's a Fortsies, because, yep. We'll get the tri-lands down out the way to make sure there's time. There's a land, so Scavenger's Talent, triple removal. Let's get Joshua down. Now let's discard 2 lands to draw 2 lands. Well, no, 1 land and 1 helix to draw 2 lands. Again, though, we haven't found Reborn. We found a ton of our Singleton cards, but we have not found an Invisit Reborn. There's a Haywire Might. So they're going to start gaining. We have to destroy that if we can.
Oh, he did.
Because that can kill Joshua with a flip. Ancient Cornucopia is pretty good here, but I'm going to flip Joshua. Nice. So they probably have Beseiju here. Yep. They, of course, draw the one-off Beseiju this deck runs. Yep, this is me getting frustrated because I'm like, where the F are these cards? There are 7 of them in the deck, but we can draw our Singletons, but we can't find those. Yes, my advice is never play Tilted. Alright, there's a Gilded Goose. They have enough now to sack to bring everything back. Scavenger's Talent is so damn good. And again, another Bloomburrow card that really just made it a mistake. There's the Ygrittes now. They have enough permanents. There's 1 Cauldron Familiar, so if they have another one, they're just going to win the game. So yeah, we can just play these Ancient Cornucopias, grab this Yorion. They bring the Cauldron Familiar back, mill, sack, mill 2, find the second Cauldron Familiar. On their turn, they bring Cauldron Familiar back, mill us for 2, end step. If they have another permanent, there's another permanent. So end step, sack, bring back Ygritte, game over, blah, comboed. We are into the grind again. We got dumpstered by a very powerful combo, so let's keep this hand. Bit slow, but we don't know what we're up against, so again, we're waiting. Spoiler, this is actually a fun new deck in Pioneer that I think a lot of people should look at if you're a fan of some older modern decks. So, here's Cecil Dark Knight. This is what, I don't know the official term, but I've been calling it Suicide Black. Basically, it is Death Shadow without the Death Shadow card. So you'll see here, Dark Confidant, Cecil gets in, dims him for 2. We are struggling for stuff, but, you know, so let's Unmoored Ego here, and let's check their deck. We'll name Fortsies, because if they're a deck trying to go down, yep, as you see here, it is purely stuff that does them damage to lower their life to fling a big creature. And of course, they get the 0 Bob problem, and they hit us with the duress to take our Fortsies, which is very unfortunate, because I think this game as well was one where I was like, I finally drew a actual... interesting. Let's take Valky, just as a blocker, because we need something to do here. Play land tapped. Probably should have kept that to potentially deal with something else. Man, Bob is such a good thing. Right, they're taking damage. There's the last ride. So that's their pseudo Death Shadow in this deck. Alright. Cecil's going to attack in. We're going to have to block here. This is a mistake on my part. I didn't realize that Cecil was whenever he dealt damage to anything, so I thought I was going to prevent the flip. So let's play this Ancient Cornucopia to try and stabilize some life here. We can reanimate a Valky to gain more life if we have to. They're getting better. And there's this another Death Shadow effect. Fortunately, we can probably kill that though by us gaining life. Alright, they animate the last ride. So this is lethal damage. Alright, giving indestructible to their creatures. They're going to flip, get 2 more. So let's
try again.
Bring back Valky if we hopefully can block. We don't actually die here, even if they kill it. We got it up to 19, so they are 1 away from this. Alright, let's see what's in their hand. They're having a hard concision. There's self-destruct, that's one of the effects. Very cool way of dealing with this. Alright, let's take the thing. We have to block the last ride, unfortunately, just to try and buy us some time. We are down to 11. And we just draw lands. Unfortunate. Yeah, this was me tilted, because this came directly after the combo deck, so I was just at the end of my rope here. So, they are going to fling stuff, so ley lines are perfect here. Kuja is a best of 1 card at this point. I've took him out of the list. I don't think he serves enough of a purpose. It's more for the grindy matchups, and he just doesn't hit right for this. Fatal pushes because everything in their deck is low. We'll take out this instant speed. We'll go down 1 fatal push here. So we want a ley line because everything in their deck is either Fort CZ or things. Now, that'll do. But I will have this opportunity to tell a quick rant is they are going to be fine with this because...
Oh, he did.
Because they have the fact that now Mono Black has everything. Because it has enchantment removal.
Oh, he did.
To deal with every permanent. Because, you know, we've got to make it for the sad little commander players who get saddy that their Blackie deck can't deal with whatever permanent type that their best friend has. But they don't want to make a different deck. They want to play their black deck. Yeah. I am very much against breaking the color pie to suit commander players. I've said before that I feel that adding the best of 1 design philosophy, combining that with the ability to just deal with stuff is crazy. Hey, we got to bring to light. Yeah, I am, as I've said, I am not a fan of color pie breaks for the purpose of commander. And if they are going to be in that, they should be in precons or in commander-centric products that only exist in commander. Because I don't like what it implies, because the implication is we are probably going to have to get stuff. You know what, let's Helix. No, let's do it in their upkeep. Fortunately, I forgot that Bob is an upkeep trigger, not a draw trigger. So we'll pass. We'll let it go. They're not going to go in for the attack here. Shock. There's the Feed the Swarm, because of course it is. There's a bit of Triumph discarding. Yeah, I said before, anything like color pie break wise, you know, mono red, mono thing should be in a commander precon or something akin to that, and not printed into standard and other formats. That's my hot take. That yeah, commander players can have them, just stick them in the commander format where they can have it there. Alright, so we are down to 8. They go for duress here. Let's abrupt decay.
Oh, he did.
We've got to take out the last ride, and we're at 30 life here, so we are spinning it here with the Ancient Cornucopia. I love this deck, the concept of the Suicide Black Death Shadow deck. Obviously, it's a super heavy Fortsies deck, so obviously I naturally tilt against it because I hate Fortsies decks. But it brings back a lot of fun memories of playing Modern with Death Shadow. So I'm hoping this deck sticks around and people say it. Obviously, it's probably not going to stick around with Mono Red being one of the most prominent decks until we get that resolved. So I took out a couple of ley lines here for the purpose of if we are going to have an opponent have to bring in additional enchantment removal, it'll be pretty solid to just deal with it this way. And this hand is terrible, so yeah, you know what, we'll keep this. We'll get rid of this. There's a Cecil. Vanishing Verse is a solid inclusion here. Oh, they have the Duress, so at least we have 2 removal spells so we can deal with the Cecil, as long as they don't have a second Thoughtseize. Okay, cool. We got Vanishing Verse ready. Pass it back. Let's wait till see what they do on free. They go for another Duress, so let's get rid of the Cecil. We're going to lose the Supreme Verdict. It's interesting that they're going with the Duresses here. Alright, we've got to play a land tapped and pass. Unfortunate. So it is even right now, but they can start drawing. There's a second Cecil. And they flip a third Cecil. Okay. X-Death's pretty fun here, but let's go with Joshua, because I need a blocker. They have 1 card in hand. Let's just hope it's not removal. So loot away and draw 2 cards. Find terrible stuff. Okay. Wow. Yeah, makes sense. Let's block the Bronco to cut off their card. In finish, there's a Scourge of the Skyclaves, and they claim back the Bronco. We draw another land. We'll play a Cornucopia because we've got a trillion Cornucopias. But if they just top deck a burn spell here, not burn spell, a kill spell. Fame to give it plus, attacks in. So they have nothing in hand, so let's take it down to 3, because what we can do is block, flip a card, flip the Joshua. The only thing we can survive, maybe 1 block here, provided that they don't magically top deck kill spell, but they magically top deck kill spell, so we die. Unfortunate, but a fun deck.